It's the MacCast with Susan and Dave, and we're competing for your love.
Please,
Oh!
You know I win anyway. Check us out. We're putting community back in commerce. Hi, and welcome back to MacCast. My name is Susan Bond.
And I'm Dave Hansen.
And we are proud members of your board of directors for the Murray Area Chamber of Commerce. And we are here today.
We are here today with Scotty Herbst, a loan officer for Turnbury Mortgage.
Woohoo!
And we're so excited to have you here today, Scotty, and we want to hear about you, about what you can do to help us for mortgages and kind of help us along the way. But first of all, we want to know, you've been in mortgages for how long?
That's an interesting story. I started in 2005.
So that's 13 years?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, more or less, in different capacities. I got into the business, as anyone in mortgages probably knows, backwards, in that I started as an account rep for a wholesale company. I was a food and beverage manager. I managed a sushi restaurant.
It's a tough word.
Easy for me to say, right? I managed a sushi restaurant up in Park City, and one of my regular clients just got to know him, and he said, "Hey, I've got a job for you if you're interested. Are you interested in mortgages?" And at the time I knew nothing about it, and let's talk. So I became a wholesaler, an account rep for a correspondent lender.
That was
down here.
So you've been doing that for quite some time.
You
went from the food and beverage industry to the mortgage industry.
Yep, absolutely.
You've been doing that a long time, and so you probably know a lot, and you've had a lot of experiences with
I've had a lot of experiences.
Getting people in
absolutely.
homes.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and
for
your
sure.
years in the hospitality industry probably prepped you. I mean, that's one thing, my background's real estate, and it needs some love and care. You're working with different people at different times in their lives. Making a home purchase is one of the biggest things most people will ever do in relation to a financial investment. And so the fact that you have that experience and those skills to bring people in and help them see it, make it a little easier is fantastic. What are some of the experiences in history, stories you may have?
Well, it's not one of the biggest. I think it's the biggest.
I will agree.
Definitely.
I will agree.
I mean, it's a 30-year contract.
Yeah.
So,
That's a scary way to look at it, but yes, it's
And we'll take it from you if you don't keep up that contract.
100%. And I lived through that. I lived through that in 2008, and so it is. It's a professional responsibility on my part to take it seriously, and I do. It's a responsibility that I do not take lightly. It's my responsibility to work with my clients to put them into the best product, the best rate, but beyond that, to make sure that the process is as seamless as possible for them. Coming from hospitality, as a food and beverage manager, communication is key. Absolutely. And I parlay that to my clients in that, maybe sometimes to an annoying point, but I'm a firm believer in over communication.
You told us one thing before we started, and I loved it. You said no surprises at closing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. I mean,
that's so huge.
It's huge.
We both got excited when we heard that.
Like you said, like I said, this is a big deal. You're purchasing your home, whether it be your first or whether it be an investment property, whether it's your 10th. It's a big deal. A mortgage is a big deal, which is why I believe in over communication. And
Well, your personal touch is fantastic. I mean, that's really what it's about. I can understand anyone who finds that annoying really shouldn't. They need to be. They are missing the what it's like if you don't have communication. Because again, the no surprises at the closing table. Being able to know that when I start this process, I'm going to have you to reach to. That's a big deal. And again, this is a major undertaking, and it's a life-changing experience. So kudos to you for doing that, and I know you have a focus. What is your perfect client like? Who do you like to focus and work with?
What gives me the greatest satisfaction is really the first time home buyer, or the primary homeowner. You know, that's not to say that I don't and haven't worked with investment properties and second home owners. Obviously, in Park
You
City,
won't turn
that's
those away.
That's
No,
a
those are
big
fantastic.
market
You
for,
love working
for sure.
with them,
but for me, the pride and satisfaction of someone getting into their first home is gives me like I said, a great sense of satisfaction.
I remember when I bought my first home, it was such a scary experience.
It's a big deal, right?
And you're working with a real estate agent, and you're working with a mortgage, and you're just hoping.
And that stack of papers that's like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're hoping everything you sign is what it's supposed to happen, and you know, having you there would be great.
You know, it is a scary experience. You're right, but that I've kind of look at it as my job to kind of take some of that fear away.
Absolutely.
And like I said, communicate with you and walk you through the process and what am I signing? What are you signing? That's why I'm here.
Oh yeah, having a genuine ally at the closing table is a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big deal.
Yes, yeah, and not just an ally. You know, my clients are my friends. So,
no, that's true, but that's good. My clients are my friends. That's the way. You know, but you got to be doing something right if your clients are your friends. You know what I mean? Because that's what maintains the relationship. That's what's so important. And I know we're excited to have you as a member of the Chamber of Commerce. You're getting more involved in the community. That's something that we are excited to have you participating and getting involved and being active. Because again, it's all about putting community back in commerce. That's what our mission is here. So it's nice to know that you have that drive and that personal view to really make the experience as positive as possible. So,
well. You know, I just want to thank you. It's been a great experience getting to know you a little bit more, find out a little bit about what you do for mortgages. And it's exciting to know that there's people out there like yourself who are going to take the time to really help those, especially those first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
You know, they're nervous as heck. I mean, I think if I was anytime I'm buying anything that big, I'm going to be nervous. So having someone like you next to us is going to be a great benefit. So
and that's really what sets him apart from the pack. Is you know, anybody can get you the great rates, and that's fantastic, and we're glad you can do that too.
Of course.
But that personal touch is really what makes a difference, and that's why we're excited to have you as a member of the Chamber and really bring it out there and let people know that there are great people to work with out there in our local community.
Yeah, so if you're interested in learning more about Scotty Herbst and Turnbury Mortgage, please visit murraychamber.org and find out.
Oh, sorry. And if you want to know more about how to get involved in our podcast, check us out at murray.org as well. And until then, please check in with us again. Watch more of our MacCast, share them with friends. And until we see you next time, keep making good things happen.
Do you ever feel like you just need some support to get really healthy? Hi, I'm Scott Mitchell.
And I'm Melanie Douglas.
I'm on a journey to find lasting health in my everyday life.
And I'm here to help. We'll find fun, doable ways to improve your health through small and simple changes.
It's the Really Healthy Podcast. Subscribe for free on iTunes or the KSL News Radio app.